Hello everyone, I am back with an interesting topic today. Today we are going to see how to infer pandas describe output. So if you have worked with pandas package, you would have come across this dataframe.describe method or pt.describe method, which returns your dataframe object where with the values like count, minimum, maximum, 25th percentile, 75th percentile, median value, average and standard deviation. Well, then how do you see that then? Just as a minimum value, maximum value, or as a data analyst or as a data scientist, can we see that in a different way? We were supposed to take it and consider it differently? Well, if you think so, yes, we have to. And then how that can be? Well, I am going to describe that, or I am going to tell you that as an experienced data scientist, how to look into that. pt.describe not just returns you minimum and maximum value, but from that minimum and maximum value you can achieve multiple tasks and you can get to know a lot about your data frame with very effectiveness if you understand how to draw the inferences. So let's start with the basic few important points. What you can see on my screen, that pt.describe outputs holds a lot of insights within itself. True. And what are they? We are going to see in detail with real examples. Then a data analyst must be able to capture great insights and draw inferences in context of the problem statements. Yeah, that is true. So the importance and the significance of pt.describe you understand only if you relate it with your problem statements. Alone it is, yeah, as we said, it will be mere minimum and maximum value. So understanding the problem statements along with understanding the output of pt.describe will add value. Okay, let's see the next point, which says following insights can be hiding behind pt.describe outputs. Wow. So what are the insights? These are columns having missing values, columns having out of the range of values. So now that is data issues. Okay, columns which have statistical issues if any. Well, what we are trying to say here is when you look outcomes of pt.describe, it can to the minimal give you insights or knowledge about these factors. Okay, in a glancing over through it. So what factors? It can tell you if any of your numerical features have any missing values. If yes, then okay, what to do? That would be a second part of it, which I will be telling you later on. Let's see the second issue that it can highlight. Describe outcome can also tell you about the data issues if any in your output or in any of the columns. Okay, so if you are confused, what do you mean by data issues? How should we consider that? How should we look to that? Well, I'll give you one example. Okay, let's assume you have some data with you, alright, and you have called on that pt.describe. One of the columns in the data frame or the data is age column. Okay, and pt.describe shows that the minimum value of the age, okay, that is, let's say 0.5. Well, I am asking you, how would you know whether the 0.5 as an age value is right or wrong? Well, of course, as you are thinking, it is not that clear. So now let me rephrase my problem statement. Okay, so as I am always saying, the validation cannot or any insights cannot be drawn until you relate your data as a story with your problem statement. Now let's come back. I am saying, okay, that particular data represents bank employees data, and now the age column has a minimum value of 0.5. What do you think? Is it a data issue or not? Okay, let's think this way. Can the age of a bank working employee be 0.5? Okay, so what do you think? Okay, can it be 5? So obviously your answer is no. So what that tells, but if you see through describe, it is saying that okay, look, it is 0.5. Your records have 0.5. So does it a data issue? Yes, it is a data issue. Now if you are thinking, what should we do then? Should we go ahead with dropping the records with that 0.5 value under column age, or should we retain it? Well, that totally depends again on one question, that what is the frequency of the records holding that value 0.5. So for example, if there are just one record with a age value of 0.5, I think you can go ahead and drop it. But if you have, let's say, multiple, a good proportion of the records with 0.5 as an age value, then that could be some transcription error or an error while migrating the data from one source to another source, and dropping would be leading to data loss. Then you have to rethink, you need to think what is the cause behind that. So many records having 0.5, or you can discuss to your business, and that way it will help you to handle those errors. Well, that is a more detail. So if as of now I'm stopping here. If you want, I can come up with a new video saying how to handle such scenario. Right now, let's come back to the topic, which says what extra information can you see on top of the describe output. Okay, so beyond this data validation and looking for the missing values, this output also tells us some statistical insights about it, or if any statistical issues are related to your data. What are they? We'll see that. Alright. So what happens, let's say once you have made your mind and come up with such observations, then what you should do now, you can draw a lot of inferences out of it. Okay, what does inferences means? It basically means that you can estimate some more facts about your data with the existing information in hand. Okay, so even if direct information is not available, but from the statistical summary, maybe you can think of some more facts. Okay, and how to do that? So let's quickly take that with an example, and here it goes. So to illustrate that, I am going to take a small data set here. However, the inferences, the observations are going to be valid even with the larger data set. Okay, and here is my data set, where if you want this data set, I'll ping it in the description box. You can take it from there. It has 4 columns: team, rank, year, points. Okay, out of this 3 columns are numerical types, 1 column is object type, and on this one I have called df.describe. So I have a very small disclaimer here. If you have gone through it, once we'll be going through 5-point summary or minimum, maximum, etc. To understand that in more detail, you need to have a basic understanding of descriptive statistics. Okay, else it will not be clear for you. So make sure you have gone through the basics of stats before coming back to continue this video. Let's see that. Okay, so here is my df.describe, and when I have done df.describe, I have made sure to exclude my year column, because year is a time representation on that summary, doesn't make sense. Okay, so I have now description on rank, I have description on points. If you see what are the information written in this data frame, so what are the indices of this data frame? We have count, average, standard deviation, minimum, 25 percentile, 50 percentile, 75 percentile, and maximum. So minimum to maximum, what you see, that has another name called 5-point summary, which you can also get through box plot. Well, so now let's have a quick glance. Okay, and let's go point wise point. We'll start from missing values, and then we'll go to the statistical inferences. Okay, so here are my observations. So while observing through these points, I could see the minimum value of the rank is 1, and the minimum value for that my points is 637. So clearly I don't have data issues, at least because of the human error or the migration error. Okay, one more inferences that you can draw from count is this one. If you see the count number of record in each columns, that is 12 and 12. And even on the entire data frame, if you go, that is actually 12. So what that means? Well, let me tell you, the count never includes some missing values. Okay, so since we have all equal, that means we don't have any missing values in the current data set. Okay, if there were suppose any missing values in column points, then you would have seen this as lesser than 12. So any time when you have multiple columns there with on the describe output, and if you see any columns having or not matching that total records in other columns or the size of your data frame, you can easily guess that there are some missing values under that column. So that kind of insight you can get on top of the describe output. Okay, let's take some more. So second point will take column points. Okay, have a look. Column points, the minimum value is 673 and the maximum value is 876. So now we have been given minimum value, we have the maximum value. Can we guess the range from it? Yes, we can. So what is the formula for range? Range is maximum minus minimum, and that is 203. Well, what is interesting to see here is your standard deviation is just 67, but your range is 206. So it's more likely that few of your points are not with the normal standard or are statically closer to your average. Okay, they are quite far away. Now there could be multiple reasons for that. I am not discussing the reasons as of now, but I am trying to show you how you can look and in what direction you should look as a data analyst or as a data scientist if you are seeing the output of df.describe. That is very important. Alright, similarly let's see here average and the medians. Average and the medians of the points are not same. What that means? If your average and the medians of any numerical data, they are not same, if you have gone through basic of understanding, that also tells your data is skewed. Okay, so if your data is skewed, your average and your medians may not be closer enough to each other or may not be exact same. So in a real scenario, even we cannot say things we cannot expect things to be perfect. So let's assume we'll put some range almost. Okay, so here average and median, they are not same. Our data could be skewed, there could be outliers also, right? So now how to identify the outliers? Well, how to handle the skewed data? Again, that you have to that is altogether different topic, and I'll be taking them separately. Okay, let's take the last point or last observations, key observations that I made, and I could draw some inferences out of it here. Rank column has 75th percentile value is 3 and the maximum value is 4, or the 100th percentile value is 4. Okay, so 70, what that means, what can I conclude out of it? Okay, so that you can conclude this fact. So total we have 12 records. Alright, out of the 12 records, when you sort them in the ascending order, we have 9 records where the maximum rank value can be 3. Okay, so for 9 records we have any rank value other than 4. Okay, but when it comes to remaining 25% of the record, which is remaining 3 records, only have or maximum 3 records can have a value of 4. Of course, minimum 1 record has a value of 4, but maximum that can go is only 3. We don't know exactly it is 3 or less than 3, that is not yet given, but I am talking about maximum scenario. So my inference is 75% of the records have maximum value 3. Okay, while maximum 25 records can only be having a maximum value of 4. Okay, so we are not certain, but we can guess maximum 3 records can have a rank value of 4 as the maximum rank. Okay, but how to decide now whether it's 3 or 2? Well, for that you have to go to the data, see your 76th value. If it is 4, then yes, that remaining 2 values will also be 4. But if your 76th percentile is also 3, then probably you have to check next in the sequence 77th percentile, and like that you can get to know the exact number of records. Okay, alright. So these are the key insights I could see on the given data frame summary, and also my inferences that as per my understanding of the problem statement I have here. Well, let's try to see and do the similar exercise with another data set. and we'll see if any other inferences can be drawn out of it. Alright, so for this I am taking example number 2, where I have taken a BMW pricing challenge data set. Well, this data set is available on Kaggle also. If you are interested, you can go there and take from here. If you look at the sample data set, these are the records. We have model key, we have mileage for each of the BMW car, we have engine power, we have registration date, fuel date, power, paint color, car type, feature 1 to 8, which are of Boolean types, and we have price as a column, and we have sold it. Well, so I'll not go in more detail about describing what that represents. Let's have a summary and try to get some description about our data set and some inferences given the description. So this is my DF describe, okay, and if you see, we have just 3 numerical columns, and for those we got this summary on it. Well, so mileage, engine power, price. Well, now can you guess, can you likewise try to look for the insights, can you look for the data validation, can you look for if you have missing values or not? Okay, let's try to see. So one observations that I can make, okay, all of the 3 columns have no missing value. Okay, why so? Because all of them, the count of the records under all 3 columns are same. So that means we don't have any missing values issue in our data set. Right? Alright, let's come to the second point. If you see column mileage, right, and if you see its minimum value, that is going negative. Well, let me tell you, the mileage here represents the total distance traveled by the car so far since, okay. So now if mileage depicts or it illustrates distance, my question to you, can the distance be negative? Well, if you think no, you are right. So the distance cannot be negative, but if you see our data, it has a negative distance. Well, so it is a clear case of data issue, okay, and this has to be corrected. Now how to correct, or if you have to drop, that again depends on the frequency of records having this issue. If there is a single record with a negative value, you can flatly drop that record. But if there are multiple records with this error, then there could be some human error, or there could be some major data migration error, and if you go ahead dropping them, all of them, you might end up data loss. So you have to think about it, okay. So there is one data issue in mileage column that we saw. Let's quickly shift to the next column, that is engine power. Okay, quickly if I glance through again, if I check the minimum value in my engine power, that is 0. Okay, so those who understand car, right, for a car, can the engine power be 0? No matter how old the car is. Well, it cannot be, right? So it cannot be 0. Well, again we found another data issue in our current data set for the column engine power. So this also needs to be corrected or handled or dropped. The decision goes with the frequency. Let's come again. If you see the price column, alright, if you see the price column and if you check the minimum value for the price, that is coming as 100. I have a quick question for you. Even if I assume this data set represents or the price in this data set is not in rupees but rather in dollars, can a car be sold in $100? Will you sell a car in $100? Well, if you ask me, it depends. If the car is too old, but we understand in US, in market like US, if people are very much fascinated about the technology, recent technology, and whenever they get new models, they are okay to sell, right, their old cars in much cheaper price. So if you consider this as an hypothesis, then I guess this 100 is valid. So how do you validate that? Go to your data, look for the records where the price is 100 and check their corresponding registration date and sold date, okay. So check their registration date and sold date, right? And if it turns out that these cars are quite old or they were registered long ago, maybe back maybe 30 years old, then in that case a car price can be $100, given that dollars is the unit, alright. But what this hypothesis, it goes wrong, then in that case it's possible that your car price having 100 of the units might be wrong. So we need to do this validation. So my inferences from here is I need a data validation done on my price. I have to go more in depth in the price column to understand whether this 100 value is right or wrong. Okay, so see how easily I am able to catch the corner points or any issues column wise column. Okay, and it also will help me in future to decide which column I should go in detail and which column I can skip the detailed analysis. That will eventually help me saving a lot of time. Alright, let's have a look once more. Okay, one more statistical inferences we'll try to see here. However, a lot more can be done. If you look at the again column price, the average price of a car is 15,828. But if you look at the maximum price, that is 1,78,500. Well, and if you look at the 75th percentile, the value is 18,600. Well, I suspect some outliers or skewness here also. Why so? The difference between 75th percentile and the average value is not much. It's barely 3,000. But the differences between the average and the maximum value is way more than double. Alright, so it's more possible the point what we see here as the maximum price 1,78,500, that could be a data issue, that could be human error, that could be some sort of error, or that could be an outlier. So now that needs a check, that needs detailed analysis, that needs to be validated. So this point also has to be validated, right? Do you get my point, right? So you could see which all things are not falling as per the statistical rules and which requires additional check, additional validation. So this is one of them. Right, so likewise let's have a look. So this all the inferences that I spoke with you guys, I have kind of listed it out in detail on my Jupyter notebook for you to understand them, note them down in detail and learn from this, hopefully to practice the similar approach, similar analysis on any data set you will be working on future. If you do or if you analyze your data in this approach, in the very first stage of your project, you'll have a lot more insights about your data set, and accordingly you can also detail out what are the analysis, what are the study you have to perform on your data set in future, and accordingly you can plan your time. So from industry perspective, this practice will be very huge and very helpful for you to grow as a data analyst and look through the data not just as a mere numbers but as a major story, a story which tells something about your business. Through the story you can draw some insights which can help your business grow and prosper and make your company also grow. So that was the whole idea about going through this video, letting you know how you can draw the inferences from the insights that you see on the pd.describe method, and from those inferences how you can try to solve your problem and make your problem look more solvable. I hope you like the video. For more details you can comment, and accordingly I'll try to add more information on top of this video. Till then, thank you.